Hello viewers, today we're going to be working on a Dell Latitude laptop. This one that you see here is a Dell Latitude D830. This is one of 4 laptops that I'm looking for my collection that I remember from when I was in high school. This was one of the models that was issued to the staff and faculty, so a number of the teachers had these, and at the time I had a D630, which is a comparable model. It's a little bit smaller, and I was very fond of that machine. It worked quite well. I had that for a number of years as my primary machine. It was very reliable, and in fact I had that machine at a very critical point because that was when I started to really take an interest in computers. And so a lot of my early computing days was on that 630, and I did a lot of different stuff with that. I installed a whole bunch of different operating systems and different software and whatnot. So a lot of fond memories of that machine. I still have it, still works just fine. But I remember wanting one of these D830s back in the day because these were a fair bit larger. I think these are a 15. Whereas the 630 was only a 13 or a 14. It's definitely a lot bigger, and then it has the speakers there, which is different than the 630. Now something doesn't seem quite right about this one. Something's loose somewhere. Not sure if that's an issue on the bottom. I could try tightening some things in the bottom. Something's definitely not quite right. The keyboard looks like it's not set in quite properly either. Anyways, it's in pretty decent condition. There's some junk on the screen, and the keyboard's a little bit worn out, but not anything really beyond the ordinary. We're going to change the hard drive out. I'll put one of these solid drives in there because I think we're going to have a very small amount of memory in here. I think maybe 3 gigabytes, which just isn't that much anymore. So we'll change that out, and then I'm going to install 2 operating systems. I'm going to install Windows XP because that's what I remember using on it at the time, and then I want to install Windows 7 because I did end up installing Windows 7 amongst a plethora of other systems onto my 630. So it'll be interesting to install XP because I have not installed it in quite a while. I've used it recently, but I have not installed it. So we'll have to see how that goes, how the activation works, and if the updates still work and so forth. So first let's change the drive, which is these 2 screws on the bottom right. And that will let the drive caddy open up. I think it just slides out like this. Seems like it's being held in place. Maybe by this screw as well. Doesn't indicate that that's for the drive. Nope, that was not for the drive. Okay, let's see here. Not sure why this is giving so much trouble. There it goes. It's like stuck on something. I don't know what the deal was with that. Okay, so this is the drive that was in there. Western Digitan 80 gigabytes, 5400 RPM, and this is from 2008. This shipped with Windows Vista, but I believe there will be drivers for Windows 7 because this was In 2008, a lot of people were reverting back to XP when the machine shipped with the 7. I mean, when they shipped with Vista. The ones I remember at the school were running XP. Okay, the drive caddy is installed. This is a Samsung 256 gigabytes, and this is from 2014, so this is getting kind of old too, but it should still work just fine. Okay, that should be it, I think. It's going in awfully easily. Okay. I have my Dell Windows XP compact desk. This is only service pack 1, so we're going to have to push it up a couple service packs to number 3. And we're going to do an F12. That should give us the temporary boot menu. Let's put this CD in. Okay, it is preparing the one-time boot menu. There's a horrible glare on the screen. Let's see if I can get that to go away. Is that it? Yeah, I think that was it. Okay, great. I'm noticing now that the videos are starting to get very crooked. So I think I'm going to have to start using that new camera sooner than later. I'll offset it with the tripod length, but you know, this is only so practical here. Okay, so we got internal hard drive, CD, DVD drive. Let's go down to there. I suppose first we should go through the BIOS and make sure everything is the way I want it to be. Processor is 2 gigahertz. Memory, I think we already did this in the last video. Yeah, I think we did. Okay, I'm gonna forget this. Exit. And I'm gonna do an F12 again. And let's do the CD. I don't know why it's not filling the whole screen. That's kind of strange. You know what, there was no previous video of this, I don't think. I did power it up myself off camera. It had some kind of a Linux thing on there which I couldn't get into because I didn't have the password. And I think at that time I had looked through the BIOS and set everything the way I wanted to be set. Okay, continue. Now we're going to create 2 partitions because I want to put Windows 7 on here as well. So we're going to create a partition. We gotta delete this one first. Okay, delete L. Why L? Okay, so create new partition, and we're gonna do for XP. I think we'll go with 80 gigabytes approximately. I'd rather leave more for 7. I'll leave like 180 for 7. That should be good enough. Okay, so that should install now. It's going to format. Looks like the drive is working correctly. Okay. So let that go, and then I'll just click through this part in the video, and then I'll come back on the video when this is done. Okay, it's installed, so let's set this up here. Does not have an audio driver yet because we can't hear the music. You install this on an old enough computer, you'll hear the music. Okay, so first thing we have to do is get some drivers. So let's grab the service tag. I think we can do that. Whoops. I think we can do that here. There it is. Okay, so now we'll go over to the Dell website. And let's see here, why is it all flickery? Okay, here we go. D830, July 2011 expired. Let's see, what was it, a 1-year warranty? Let's see here. Oh, it doesn't seem to say. Oh, there we go, ship date 2008. So, Okay, so the machine's getting old, but I think we're going to find that it's still totally usable. So we have drivers for Windows XP and Windows Vista. I'm surprised there's none for Windows 7. We'll try the ones for Vista under 7. I think that will work fine. Only for this computer. And let's see here, we're going to we'll need the audio. We'll need this doesn't, alright, I gotta rename this here because it doesn't name them as we go along, which is kind of annoying. It just gives us some weird name. This is audio. And this will be the video. And we'll get the touchpad, the mouse track. I'm not sure if we really need that one. Don't need that. Does this have a smart card? I mean, a thing on there? I don't think it has a card reader. Well, I guess we'll do that one too. Not sure that we're gonna need that. Where's the Ethernet driver and the wireless driver? There's no... I don't understand why there's no network drivers. Okay, so now we have a stupid thing where we have to guess. It's probably this one. Oh, the O2 micro thing is in fact in the device manager, so we'll need that. Wireless network, video controller, I don't know what those two things are. So we definitely need that O2 driver, so that's good we got that. And then we're going to need the wireless, which should be this. This is Intel wireless. I don't know if it's the Intel or the Dell wireless card. My 630 has the Intel, I believe. I don't know if this has Bluetooth. Gigabit integrated controller. That's an application. Oh, what's the difference? That's Vista. I guess we'll go with this one. And so this should be Ethernet. Okay. So let's make a... Alright, we gotta get the... I'm gonna take my external drive and plug this in now. The external drive, I think we can format it into NTFS, and that should work. I know for exFAT we'll have to install an update in order to get it to work. So let's see your computer. Here it is. I don't need that anymore. Format, and we'll put this into NTFS. XP setup. Okay. Is FAT32 an option? No, it's not. Okay. So I'm going to eject this, and I just want to make sure that it is working. Pretty sure that it should work, but I want to make sure that it's definitely going to work before I spend the time copying the stuff onto it. That does have to come out. I wasn't exactly going to do that right now, but okay, that is working, so we're good as far as that's concerned. Why not? Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay. So what we're going to need here is a plethora of things that we're going to copy over. First thing we'll do is the drivers. Actually, I'll keep this folder, so we'll call it Dell Latitude L-A-T. How the heck you spell this thing? Latitude D830. I don't need that. Okay. Now let's copy all this stuff into there. It's only USB 2, so it's not that fast. And then, so that's for the drivers. And then I'm going to go, I not have, so we're going to go under Windows XP. Should plug in this Ethernet cord, it will go a little bit faster. Alright, so we're going to need Service Pack 2 and Service Pack 3. I have this Service Pack 4 thing, but I've never messed with that before. I'm not sure if there's really an advantage to doing so or not. I don't know if it gives it any more compatibility. Now that I found that, that what do you call it thing? The MyPal browser. I find it works pretty good. Why is this still going through there? I don't remember if you could go right from Service Pack 1 to Service Pack 3. It doesn't seem like a good idea. We're not going to do that. We'll go to 2 and then we'll go to 3. And it should go fast, you know, because it's on a flash memory, so it shouldn't take long to install them. Okay, and here's the exFAT update that I was talking about. And I think that's all that we would need for now. There's other software that I'll put on there, of course, but I think that's all that we're going to need for the setup. Okay, so let's eject this out of here, and then we're going to be done with this computer for a while. I'm just going to go ahead and shut this off because I think we're done with that. The battery doesn't work too good in there anyways, so don't need that running for no reason. And let's go over to this computer now. And let's see what we can do here. We'll plug this in. In fact, I'll leave this over here so we have a surface to use the clicker on. Now, I think the best thing to do is to do the service packs first. Okay, so the mouse don't even work on that surface. It works better on the stinking carpet. Okay, so let's grab these service packs. Actually, I suppose we'll just take everything over because we're going to need it all eventually. Okay. Just a big goof. Alright, now let's get that drive out of there. Okay. Alright, let's run that service pack 2. Let me just confirm that this is service pack 1. Yes, it is. Oh, we got 3 gigabytes of memory in here. It's not too bad. Service pack 2. And I'll leave this open just so we can see the resources that it takes as we go along. Don't think it'll take more than a couple of minutes for this to install. Geez, this camera's getting more and more crooked as we go. Look at how crooked the stinking tripod is now just to get this to work. That's a freak show. Okay, that went pretty quickly. Let's do a finish and we'll restart. Get your restart by itself. Restart for it. Okay, I am going to turn the updates on. Normally I don't use that, but I recall toward the end of when I was installing it regularly, the updates would not work manually at first. You'd have to let it do it something by itself, and then it would start working. So I will turn the auto thing on just for now. Of course, it's not going to make a difference because there's no network connection. Alright, so we're done with Service Pack 2. Let's go to Service Pack 3. I'm not worried about that in the slightest. Okay, can't connect, so that's irrelevant. But sure, why not? Okay, cancel all that. Alright, I'm done with this. Delete. Yes. I didn't seem to do too much. What the heck was that about? Must have been the wrong one. It's kind of annoying. I don't think it would matter if my cable was connected or not, but it wasn't at the time. Let's connect it and see what happens. Okay. And not much is working here. Okay, so it's not really getting any better. Let's try again. Try the audio one, see if that works. Well, we know that the wireless was good, so let's save that. And let's see if the audio worked. Yep, maybe. Let's see. That did work. Okay, so that was a good audio driver. Driver not installed. Not good. Okay, so maybe the network driver is not working. We'll call this good drivers. So we know that the audio was good, and that's about it so far. So why is this not working? Why is it like that? try the touchpad driver, see if that works. Not that that's really of much importance. What is the deal with these drivers? All these drivers stink. I don't understand what the problem is. It's like it has all the wrong drivers on the website. This is a joke. Forget that. If I could get the Ethernet to work, this would be a whole lot easier. Huh, that time it unzipped correctly. That's odd. But this is, that's useless. That's not even a driver. That's just some stupid program. Bloatware junk. This is very agitating. You know, historically I've found Dell to be pretty good with the driver listings and so forth. But this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. See, these are all calling it a gigabit controller, but I don't think it's going to be gigabit at all. Alright, I'm going to download all three of these and we'll copy them over and see what happens. This is the Broadcam adapter now. Alright, so I got four. I'll open that. I got four drivers on here now. Let's see if any of these stupid things are going to work. Any graphics driver on here, it's, the way the screen is ridiculous. Okay, that did it. That took it away. Now we have a connection. So this is our good Ethernet driver. The rest of these are worthless. Delete. This is the Ethernet. Let's throw that in there. So now are we on the network? We are. Oh, it is gigabit. Huh. I would not have expected it to be. Okay, cool. Alright, so that's connected now. I guess the next thing I want to do is see if we can activate it. Because if the activation doesn't work anymore, then we're going to have a problem. Where is the activate thing? It's been a long time since I've activated this system. It's been a long time. I know it's gotta be in here somewhere. This is only Internet Explorer 6, which could have something to do with why it's not working. I'm not crazy. According to the article, it is supposed to be on the system tools, but it's not in there. We can try doing this. This may or may not work. Okay, we're gonna have to try to do the updates and get a newer Internet Explorer version. I do have version 8. I could manually install it. So if I do that and I reboot, let's see if it'll start bringing anything in. So we're going to look for the SVC host to start pulling some activity here. Oh gosh. I saw it in here. Where was it? Yeah, we're going to look for one of these to start drawing some CPU. May need an Explorer 8. Yeah, let's just grab an Explorer 8 manually. See if it'll let me connect. Let's see, where are we at? This may or may not work. It tends to be a hit or miss. Yeah. If I restart the server, XP will connect to it for about an hour or two, and after that it's totally inconsistent. I don't know why. I've tried so many things to fix that and I just can't get it to fix. It's very agitating, but that's what it is. So I'll just go back onto the other computer here and I'll grab a copy of Internet Explorer 8. Oh, isn't that in this folder? Here it is. Well, that's 11. Where is Internet Explorer 8? Okay, then tell me it's not here anymore. I don't know where it's at. Great. This, I can't. I'm too tired. I gotta deal with this tomorrow. Okay, we're on day 2 now. Put some more resources on my external drive. And we're gonna do things a little bit differently. First, let's take care of the drivers. I'm gonna use a program to do that. I would rather not use the program, but for whatever reason the drivers are not correct from the website, and so to save the time and the agitation, I'll just use this program, which works fine. Now the mouse is not working. I don't know why so much of this computer is just not working. In fact, this is kind of annoying. It's just a mouse. Why is it not working? There it goes. Okay. So let's go into this drive, which is not working. There it goes. Okay. So we need to install this first. Now we're going to go in here and we're going to mount this. No. Okay. Now, I would rather not use this program if possible, but as long as you're careful with it, I think it's fine. Not sure why this is having so many errors on it. Okay, so we're missing missing 6 drivers. Okay, and missing 25 updates. I'm not sure why it's not harassing me about those programs. I'm not really sure it's necessary to update all these drivers. That seems a bit excessive. So I think we'll just install the missing ones. Okay, so let's install these 6 drivers. Why is it selecting this one? I would think that it should be this one. I don't know, I'll let it do its thing. I've found this program to be pretty reliable. I probably could fetch the video card directly from the NVIDIA website. I'd be willing to bet they still have a download available. They probably have a newer version than this one too. This ISO is quite a few years old. But it works. You know, it has almost every driver I've ever needed. It's taking a long time. While that's going, I'm going to copy over a couple of other things I want to put on this. Oh, there it goes. Continue anyways. I'm going to put my PAL on here. I'm going to put Selfeed on here. Put LVC on here. And Office 2003. Those are the main programs that I'm going to use on here. Don't use too much beyond that. At least not on this system anyways. I used to, but some of the other programs that I use don't work anymore on the desktop. Oh, you know what? I could put Spotify on here because that still works. I think I'm going to do that. Huh. It's an Asus adapter. Who would have guessed? That's weird. Okay, we have a yellow triangle that could, or another triangle, an exclamation, that could just be needing a restart. And now my network is showing up, and it doesn't seem to be utilizing this stupid tool. I really don't like that thing that it puts on there. This Pro Set thing, I would much rather not have that. Remove. I'd rather just Windows manage the networks. It's much easier that way. There's no reason to have this additional software. I never quite understood all this stuff. It's like bloatware, and they put it on there, and it just makes everything more complicated and slow. Okay, so that's all gone. Good, it's gone. Okay, reboot later, and let's see what's looking like in here. So we have one exclamation. Let's go through a restart and see what happens. I'm pretty sure we're done with that. Let's do a restart and see if all the errors go away. Looks like we have a graphics driver now. Speakers have a lot of reverberation to them. Or something's loose in there. Alright, let's see what's going on here. The resolution is 1280 by 800, and we do have the Wi-Fi still that's working correctly. We'll go on to the breads. And that should work just fine. It is. Okay, so that's good. Let's take a look in our device manager and see where we're at. Okay, everything looks good in there. No more triangles or exclamations. So we're done with the drivers. I guess, I mean, that was a joke. We're just going to throw those two folders out. I got no use for them. And I'm going to toss that too. No use for that. Those two things, the rest of those things will go in. Let's get this out. I'm done with this. I'm going to plug my other one in here, which I believe I put Exploder 8 into. And let's see if I can get Exploder 8 installed. Because I think that's what's causing the issues with the updates not working. Perhaps also with the activation not working. I heard something pop up. Where's it at? Come on. I don't have all day here. See, is it showing up yet? No. Maybe I unplugged it only from one end. Maybe I gotta unplug the port and then put it back into the port for it to re-recognize it. Okay, there we go. I guess that was the problem. Okay, so here's the Internet Explorer 8, which I got directly from the MicroHard website. So this should be correct. I don't think it really matters. I doubt they're improving this anymore anyways. Install updates, that's fine. Not sure what it just downloaded. I thought this was an offline installer. Let's see. How big is this? It's only 16 megabytes. I don't know. Maybe it's not an offline installer. Looks like it didn't check the computer for malicious software, but there shouldn't be any malicious software. I just created this computer's installation. Okay, was installed out the latest Windows updates. The tools button, okay. I'll restart now. I'm going to plug the drive here because I think we're done with that. That's fine, whatever. This is what I remember happening as of several years ago. And then what I would do to fix this is I would switch this to automatic, and then I would let it do its thing, and it would pull in an update by itself, which I don't know which one it was. Perhaps it's one that I should take note of and download manually if I can. And then after I did that, it would start to work from the website. Now normally what I would do is I would go in here, I'd sort this by CPU, and you would get an SBC host like this one here pulling a lot of CPU, and it would download that update. I don't think it's using enough CPU to really be doing anything. I could be wrong, but it doesn't seem like it is. Okay, this is connected, that's fine. It should have been connected. In fact, I think it should be connected to the Ethernet's plugged in. Is it not connected to the Ethernet as well? It is connected, okay. So it's got plenty of network connectivity. Let's go ahead and give it a reboot and see if it'll trigger those updates. Well, I'm going to let it sit for a little while and see if it does anything. I suspect that update that it used to bring in was something like what I do on Windows 7. It's something to do with the update agent. There it goes, it just pulled some CPU there. Oh, let's see what happens. I'll give it some time. And nothing's really happening here. It's not transferring any packets either, so I think it's not working. So I went around and I downloaded what I think is the update that I recall coming in, the Windows Update Agent, which is the same thing that I do under Windows 7 when the updates don't work. So let's give this a shot and see what happens. It's also possible that the server that provides these updates just doesn't exist anymore, or is no longer online. This is, I believe, the update that we need. So let's try this and see what happens. This should change it to Windows Update Agent 3, which I believe is what we need. Install failed. Okay. Well, let's try again. Okay, so that's not going to work. Well, I guess I should probably look into that Service Pack 4 thing and see if that's viable. Or, I could very well just use it as it is. Let's see if this will run. I've had very good results with this browser thus far. I find it seems to have pretty good compatibility with everything that I use. Looks like it's working fine. Yeah, it's slow, of course, and actually it's running with very little memory in comparison to what these websites expect you to access them with today, but it works. This looks like a freak show. So you can see it works, and I think we have a high definition video here. I believe it gives you all the options. It's the same video.
Grammarly helps make your writing clear and concise, no matter where you are. With Grammarly on your computer and phone, you always have an expert writer.
Alright, Coyote Pack, for the very first time.
Yeah, see, it gives you all the options. So this browser, this MyPal browser, really is great. Well, if that's going to work just fine, I suspect the email will work fine in here. This is what I use on here, because Outlook 3 stopped working for whatever reason. I guess it doesn't support IMAP 4 or some other certificate expired or whatever, I don't know. If the updates aren't there, I don't care as long as everything works. My only other concern is that the activation thing is not coming up. Now, if it never comes up, then so be it. But it seems like it should come up, and it's not. So, I don't know. It's supposed to be in here. There should be an activation wizard in here, and it's just not. It's just not there. Now, I did install it using the Dell OEM CD, which I believe in theory is supposed to read the key out of the motherboard or something, but this didn't ship with Windows XP, it shipped with Vista. At least that's what the sticker says. So I don't think that there would be a Windows key in there. And then if we go in here, it doesn't... Oh, it does say it's registered. Then maybe it's already activated. I don't know. Whatever. We'll say it's working. It's on there, and for all intents and purposes it's working. It's going to run the programs I want it to run. This is an update to make it read the exFAT file system, which is what I usually put all my externals into, because that's universal across Apple and Windows. That seemed to install just fine. So it works. I don't know why it doesn't update. Could be something flaky with this computer, or it could just be simply that the update server does not exist anymore. I tend to think that's likely the case. I don't know. I should experiment with that Service Pack 4 thing and see if that works. I know some people use it and say it's fine. Probably is. I don't know. Yeah, it's working. Alright, that'll be part 1, then part 2 we'll do Windows 7.